In this video I'm going to show you how to create a really simple poll or a survey on your page. So if we go into the page and scroll down to the bottom and go to edit. Okay, what I want to do in this one then is I just want to do a simple poll where there are just a few options that people can pick from. Now, if you want to do anything like this, the section in the Frogbricks you need to use is this one here, which is forms. Now, the most important thing about forms is that you must start with this brick here, which is the form brick, and drag and drop that to the place on the page where you want to put your survey. Now, at this point you have to give it a name, and it's very important that the name that you give it is very specific, because if you just put poll or survey or something like that, or competition, it will get confused with all the other things that might be called something very similar. So just put in a name that will make it distinctive and then press OK. Now that actual brick, it doesn't really do anything apart from keep everything together and make it work properly, but it is very, very important. Without it, your poll will not work. Right, what you're going to do then for a simple poll is you're going to decide what you want. Now, if you want to give them multiple choice answers, then the best one to go for is the one here that's called the radio set, and that's the one I'm going to show you how to use here. I'm just going to drag and drop that into my form box. Now, where it says label, this is the question that you want to ask. So, choose a question. Okay, and that will be your question that comes up here. Which house are you in? Now, at the minute you can see I've not got any options. So what we need to do is we need to double click on it, and that will bring up our options. Now, there are a few things in here that are important. This here is your question. You probably want to leave that in. Next, there's a box that you can tick to say whether or not it's a required question. So, if they must answer that question, tick the box. If it's okay if they leave that question blank, then you can untick the box. The width, well, you'll see the width of it when I've finished, but you can change that, so you can just increase that number and it will make it wider. Now this section is the option list. Now that's your answers. So all you need to do is write your answers into here. So I've said what house you're in. So let's put the house names in. Once you've written your first option, press add. And there they are. Now say that I've got them in a different order, and actually I wanted to change them around. I can change it so that they're in a different order by just using those there. But when I'm satisfied with it, I just press OK. And you can see there which house are you in, and then Brinley, Cadbury, Lanchester, and they can just tick next to it. At the minute it's not finished though, because to finish it off we need to put a submit button in. So if I drag and drop the submit button in, and therefore what you'll see is you've got your question, you've got your possible answers, and you've got your submit button. That star there means that you've put it as a required question. Now we're not quite finished with it yet, although it would work. What we need to do is just configure the outside bit, the thing we put in first. Now if you double click on that, then it gives us some more options. We've got our form name that we put in earlier. The alignment, that's just where do you want it on the page. Do you want it left, right or centre? That's fine. Document on submit, you probably don't want to put anything there. And then you've got a few different options down here. Now the first one I'm going to go to is this, multiple submissions. Now you need to decide whether it's a one-off or whether people can submit a number of times. Now most of the time you'll probably only want people to submit once. So change it to hide form once users have submitted it. And then you just need to put in something that will come up when the form's hidden. So something like thanks for voting. Now the other options are here. And this is very much up to you whether or not you want to do it. So This is if every time somebody submits something, you want the results to get emailed to you. Now, if you do, you need to change these options because you want the emails to come from the person who's actually submitting, so you need to change that one. You need to tick to say that you want the results emailed to you, and then you're going to put in your email address. Or whatever it is. One warning about that: if you do that and then you get, say, 100 students in year 7 answering your survey, you will get 100 emails. It's probably better not to do that unless it's for something very specific that you're not expecting a lot of responses to, but you do want to know when there has been a response. The only other things you need to do, don't worry about the display settings or the Ajax, you don't need to do them, but the form owner, it would be quite useful in the form owner thing if you could find yourself. So if you put in your staff code, then it should come up with you. But in this case, I'm on as the test teacher, so I'm going to assign this form to the test teacher so I can show you how you can view your form. I'm going to press OK. And that's it now. If I press publish and exit, then my question's there. Now, I probably should have put that into a box so you could see a little bit more clearly, and this whole page really needs sorting out, but just to show you how to do it, that's how you do it. And that's it. That's how you set up a form. What I'll do is I'll do how you can view the results of your form in the next video.